Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday night. Time for craft and combos on a crafty mess. Genoa, and tonight we're going to be doing grad cards. Give it some time to let some people come in if you want to join us. So excited about tonight. It is grad season. We're going to be working on some quick cards that can be done within about 15 minutes, and once you get the hang of it, even faster. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Tara will be joining us in about 2 or 3 minutes. Tonight we're going to be working on grad cards, y'all. Okay, so I just have my dual screens up. I'm looking at some stuff over in design space as well. Trying to debate on whether or not I'm going to do this cake topper that I saw over in Creative Fabrica. So I think I may go ahead and do it. Great. So if you're here and you're new to Friday Night Craft and Combos over here at A Crafty Mess, I'm Genoa. I'm owner of Brique Amore, and I am joined every Friday night by Tara, who's the owner of Precious Delights Canada, and we just kind of get together, talk, and work on some crafts. So that closet door is going to annoy me. Last week we decided that we would do some grad cards. We haven't worked on some paper crafts in a while. Hello, friend.
Good evening. Sorry for the lateness.
That's quite all right. I was just running my mouth as usual.
One
I
second.
actually did not get a nap, so I'm a little bummed by that. But I'm a big girl. I'll push through.
I did. That's why I woke up. I woke up kind of late because after our chat, I got phone calls, so I ended up taking my nap a little bit too late. But I'm here.
But you is here.
As here.
I's here.
Hello, everyone. Let me see here. Just trying to log in on the computer. Here we go.
So drop in the chat, say hello, let us know if you've been here before, where you're from, if you feel so inclined. If not, we understand.
Let's turn off the volume.
So I'm just looking over at my dual screen. If I'm not paying attention, I'm not trying to ignore.
Okay, so I'm in on the laptop. And I guess I'm ready. Let me see if I can swing the laptop over here without breaking anything. Dun, dun, dun. Did we do it? Did we do it? Oh, I think we did it. There we go. Excellent.
So before we came on, I actually went on to Creative Fabrica, and I've seen a little cake topper that's like graduation theme. So I might throw that in there. I don't know.
All right.
I did make it up to the Dollar Tree, and I got my Hershey bar,
Yes,
which
mine
I
last.
plan on eating immediately after the live ends. And I also, just for good measure, got a Kit Kat.
Oh no, that didn't lie. I ate the Kit Kat. Not even gonna lie.
I don't even really like Kit Kats. I think that I ate so many wafer cookies as a kid that I've just had my fill of wafer cookies. It's ironic that we're doing graduation cards and gift boxes tonight on the live because we are actually having a graduation, and I live on the main street where the high school is. So I have 1,000 cars parked out in front of my house right now. At first, I didn't think about it, and I walked outside, and I'm like, oh, my neighbor must be getting ready to have a party or something because we usually don't have this many cars out here. But then I saw people walking with balloons and stuff, so I was like, oh gosh, graduation. Yeah, so we'll have some noise from cards in a minute. So I did put in the description box on the video for the one person that I see in here right now. And then for anybody who joins later through the playback, I put the description to the cap and gown gift box that we're going to be working on tonight that was created by Tara. And so you can find that on her Etsy page, in her Etsy shop, Precious Delights Canada. But I did link it in the description box. So if you guys want to pick up the template, you can. And yeah, that's what one of the things that we'll be working on tonight. We're also going to be working on a card, which is like a gift card holder. Did you do the money holder one as well?
I cut out the one for the Hershey. That was it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know
cool.
what you cut out.
I have my little box here, so
Yeah. I have my little
okay.
heart box with the small pieces. All the small pieces are in there, but then all the other pieces are here. I usually do my graduation stuff in navy blue.
Okay.
So, all right. So, do you want to get started? I'm not going to turn my camera down. I'll just do everything like lifting it up because my mount is not working properly. So if I turn the phone upside down, it's going to fall. So,
No problem. So what I'm going to do is to try and turn my camera around. However, I don't want to get that noise in your guys' ear with the feedback. But because I have my window open, I'm looking a little extra translucent than I normally do, and that's not sitting well with me. Okay.
translucent.
I look a little translucent, like I'm glowing or something, and I'm a little too
Glowing.
light already, so I don't need the extra. I don't need any help in that department.
I prefer glowing over translucent, but glowing works.
Clear, see through,
We're not that
holographic
light.
like. Okay, so
A
I'm
little a
gonna.
little less melanated. That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
That was a
so
that was a nice way of saying it. So I'm gonna try and do it and turn it around without giving you that feedback. I just need you to let me know whether or not you can hear me and all that good crap. So
that works.
mute.
So I forgot to bring a sample of what the graduation cap box looks like, but it looks like a graduation cap, and when you open up the top, it's a box. So it's a pretty small party favor. It's not super big. Probably dimension wise, it might be 3 inches. So you can put stuff like bonbons, a keychain, what do they call them? The keychain wristlets, like anything that's a quick little graduation gift. The way the template is also too, you can resize it because when you upload it to Design Space or Silhouette, everything is grouped together. So if you want to make it bigger, to put in bigger gifts, you can do so. Of course, you're going to need a bigger mat. I was cutting out my paper, which was a 65-pound cardstock, 9 by 12 inches, so I can get more pieces on there. If you use 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardstock, you're going to need more cardstock, of course. And if you cut 12 by 12 cardstock, it's not a lot of cardstock either. It's predominantly 2 colors. So like you would have the black and yellow or black and white or black whatever color you want. But the box is basically just two colors. So you can use a 12 by
Can you
12 piece
hear
of
me
paper.
now?
We can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
I was just explaining the dimensions of the box. I did not bring a sample, but you did make one, correct?
I did. I don't know which light is going to be better.
It looks good without that extra light that you just turned on.
Cool.
Yeah, because when you
It's
turn
gonna
on it,
get dark soon though, so it gets really dark soon. Over here.
okay,
I have another light that I can.
okay, because the light that you just turned off was more of a yellow hue. Without the light, it's pretty clear, both on my phone and the laptop.
All right. And as you guys know, once I'm in this particular angle, I am not able to see the comment. So I don't know, Tara, if you're able to do both or not.
Yes, I am. I put the laptop in front of me, so I'm able to see.
All right, perfect. I'm just going to turn my volume up a little bit if I can. Okay, so what did I just do with my box? Let's have it.
So I gotta make sure I take out the right pieces. So whenever I'm pre-cutting, I always have a small box to put the tiny pieces so I don't lose them.
Okay, so these were the three that I did, and then I pre-cut pieces for this and for this. And then
Okay,
this one I did by hand, so I was gonna do that one on camera since it'll be easier to see what I'm talking about.
cool.
Um, oh, and then this one too. So
I'm
we'll
just
start
trying to,
off, I guess, with your template.
yep, let me just find all my little pieces.
So this is what it looks like, guys.
Oh, you put gold. That's so cute. Is it gold or yellow? It's
It's
gold. Okay.
yeah, it's like a foil cardstock. And then the top comes off and it is a gift box. It's in black, so it's a little hard to see, but
It's not hard to assemble. It's not super complicated. It's perfect. It's something you can even do with kids. If you have kids graduating from like kindergarten, grade one, or whatever to elementary school, they can actually sit there and make treat boxes for their friends. It's not hard at all.
exactly. And then you could just add a sticker or a tag or something like that to it if you want to personalize it.
Yeah.
But this
So it's
is just with the pieces that came in the template. And then I'll let Tara explain her template. But um, she does have you have a video up that shows how to put it together, right?
Yeah, I have the video that shows how to upload it into Cricut Design Space, how to change the basic cut lines into score lines, and then another video of how to assemble everything. So the pieces you'll get the piece for the lid, you'll get the actual box base. So this would be the base of the box. This is the top of the lid, and these are the walls. This is the walls also. And then this is the top of the lid itself. So that's actually the grad cap. And then you
I'm
have
gonna
the piece.
open my Kit Kat. Sorry.
You have the piece to make the actual tassel. So you have the choice. You can actually put a real tassel on it, and those are those tassels that you would use for bookmarks, or you
Mhm.
can use the paper one, and it after you've rolled it, and I'll show you how to do that. You'll actually have the different little slots that you'll wrap around the little base, and then that's basically it. And then the little circle that I can't really pick up, but the little circle to cover everything. So it's not hard whatsoever.
Yeah.
Let me just
So
fix
once
this.
you get your template, the only other things that you'll need are glue
Yeah,
and
and what
cardstock.
and it all depends on what I'm putting inside of my box. If it's going to be something like if I'm putting in little candies or like a Ferrier Rocher or whatever, I'll use double-sided tape. If it's going to be something heavier, of course, I'll use either the hot glue gun or just white glue. And then it's going to be like a little bit more reinforced. But for the sake of this live, I'm just going to use double-sided tape. Other than for the tassel, but I have to find my white glue. So my double-sided tape is the same Elizabeth's craft designs we've been using for all the other paper crafts. And sad to say, like I'm almost gonna be done probably within the next couple of crafting sessions. But so what you're going to do is it's all scored, and I'll start with the base. So this is the base. The base is the larger part. This is going to be the bottom. So wherever all your score lines are is where you're going to fold everything. So I'll do that with you now. So I like to fold my score lines coming towards me directly. I don't want to fold them the other way. Let me see here. Yeah. So I fold all my score lines coming inwards. And the bottom part would be coming upwards.
Okay, so this is the base. And just go along the score line.
Mm-hmm. And then these little tabs here are the tabs I'm going to adhere to the bottom part. So these little tabs get glued to this one. Just... Oh, and then of course you have the score lines in the middle. So I'm going to fold them also inwards.
Right. So when I did my box earlier, for some reason, the score lines that I'm doing right now, I completely just overlooked them. I don't know how, but
I did too. I had to score them by hand because when I was doing it, I forgot to attach the score lines. And you'd think I'd know by now, but
well, I think mine was just because I'm doing it on this black paper and it is very hard to see. And
okay.
the tabs on the bottom are obvious that you're going to score those because why
Yeah.
else would there be tabs on the bottom?
But for
But
the
my
box itself.
brain didn't comprehend the box needs to be scored too.
Or else it's going to be round.
Right. And that's what happened. It was round. And I was like, hey, it's round. But I ended up scoring it after I had already glued it together. It worked itself out. It's not perfect, but it worked itself out.
And then mine, I didn't realize till after I cut it. And then I was cutting another section of it, trying to figure out why on my mat their score lines were separate. Oh, because I didn't attach them. So when you're changing your basic cut lines to your score lines, you have to make sure that you attach them to the base.
Right.
So everything's been folded. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue the little tabs here to the inside, not the outside. You don't want to make it look all yucky.
Right.
So you always glue your tabs to the inside. So like I said, for the sake of the video, I'm going to use double-sided tape. So I will show you exactly where the tape goes.
Okay. And y'all know I love my art glitter glue, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick with what I know.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very strong, so you don't really have to use a whole lot. But
Yeah.
I like the little bit of wiggle room that you get because I use the same tape that Tara uses, and that stuff is strong as I don't know what.
Yeah.
It's like once it grabs a hold, it's there.
Yep. But
So,
like what I like to use it when I'm doing the lives because I don't have to wait on drying time.
right.
And then what I do too is I do have glue in a very small bottle with a precision tip. So what I'll do is after a live is I usually just go back underneath the little sections that are not 100% taped down and then just adhere some glue. So
With this glue, I find that I'm able to just apply minimal pressure and or take my bone folder and just use that to kind of like run it over it like this, and then it's fine.
yeah, so that glue dries pretty quickly, correct?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But it does still give you wiggle room, so it's not instant. But it's pretty quick, and it's a very strong hold, which I like for paper. Any kind of like box or interactive anything, since it has a lot of parts that you're going to be constantly touching and pulling and tugging on, you want to use a decent glue or a decent double-sided tape.
Yeah.
Don't go cheap because it'll just come apart.
The cheaper glues are good for if you're making like the plain 2D cards. So
Right.
as you can see here, I just put the double-sided tape on these little tabs. And again, you're not going to connect your pieces this way. You want your flaps to be discreet and be on the inside. So let me just remove. And it doesn't matter which side you start on. In the end, you end up in the same spot. Oh, I have to put the piece on. Don't forget to put your glue or your double-sided tape on this flap here because it actually closes everything together.
Sorry if you guys can hear me smacking. My Kit Kat didn't make it. I was just saying to myself, if somebody said they don't like Kit Kats, you should have tore that thing up.
I'm going to take off the glue pieces, off all my little sections here.
Mm. That was delicious.
I guess you haven't had Kit Kat in a while.
No, I haven't, because I really thought I didn't like them. Either that, I'm just really hungry.
For me, they're like the last resort chocolate bar. I like my chocolate bars to be a little bit more complex. So we have an equivalent to the Kit Kat, which is the Coffee Crisp. It's just one big old wafer cookie. But the icing in the middle is more of a coffee taste. So hence the name Coffee Crisp. But it's just basically, I don't know if you guys have those fat Kit Kats, which is just one big slab of Kit Kat. Our Coffee Crisp is similar to that, but I believe you don't get Coffee Crisp in the States.
I haven't seen one where I'm from, but that doesn't mean that they're not somewhere random. But then I haven't seen a Kit Kat that isn't broken up, because usually that's like the tagline, give me a break. So they want you to be able to break it apart.
No, we have the ones that's just one big old piece of Kit Kat. But it has 5 layers of the wafer.
Okay. So I have my base put together.
Yeah, I'm just doing it now. I'm trying to do it.
Now I cannot find my metal ruler. I remember seeing it somewhere and thinking, Genoa, you should grab that and put it somewhere. And I did not. And now I can't remember where I saw it.
I should be right in front of you.
I don't think it's right in front of me. But it's going to be somewhere that's probably super obvious once I do find it. Like, what the heck?
So all my little panels
That was a
inside.
good color to choose for doing a demo, because the black is really hard to see.
I rarely ever do the black graduation stuff. We do have black graduation gowns here, but they seem to like the navy blue, because ours will be either navy blue or black. There are some schools that have the white gowns, and some schools will even have their school colors, so like forest green or a burgundy. It depends on the high school. It depends on the district.
Yeah, typically they are whatever the school colors are here.
So that's the base. So you're going to do the same thing with the top, but the walls of the top one are shorter. So it's the exact same concept, but instead of it being a higher wall, they're just shorter. So you're going to do the same thing. Just fold all your score lines. I like to fold mine, like I said, towards me. Because if you fold them the other way, you tend to see the actual score line. I like my edges to be a little bit crisper. So I fold all my score lines inwards. And it's basically the same concept of when I was doing the coffee cup party favor. It's the same bottom base of the coffee cup. The only difference with the coffee cup template, the walls are way longer because a coffee cup is just bigger. But it's the
Right.
same, it was the same basic file. Same thing with the walls, same 5 walls.
And when I do my score lines, I typically like to go backwards and then forwards, only because it's easier for me to see the score line if I bend it away from me.
Okay.
But then after I find it, then I'll bring it back towards me.
I
So
use
it's
my nails. When I bend it towards myself, I stick my nail in it
Mhm.
so that way I can feel it. So let me just, like I said, this one didn't score the walls.
Um,
See here. All right, so it's all folded, all scored. So again, I'm going to put the double-sided tape on these little tabs here and the little tab at the end. Give me a second.
so if you guys are watching also how I'm doing it, like I said, I do it away from me first and then I do it towards me.
And this is one of the paper crafts that's the simplest to do. You can have fun with kids. So for those of you watching the replay, you can cut out a bunch and have the kids do them for their classmates. The way the template is, like I said earlier, is that it's grouped together. So when you're uploading it to Design Space, if you want to resize it, you can just keep everything grouped. You can make them bigger to put in bigger stuff. You can make them even smaller if you want to put in like one Ferrier Rocher chocolate. Like it can be resized. This is a decent size. I would say maybe 2.5 inches, almost 3 inches wide. Just a decent size to put some little things in there. But you can even put like keychain, a graduation keychain, car keys for if the kid is graduating high school and you're giving away a car.
Well, who is doing that? Then are you adopting?
Actually, quite a few of my son's friends got a car even before they got their license. My son, too, his father got him a car before he had his license. But the way it works here is that when they get their learner's permit, they must drive with somebody with a license for a while. So I wasn't going to pay registration, insurance, and all that stuff and have to shovel off snow off of 2 cars for how long, however long, I think it was a year before he can drive by himself. It didn't make sense. So, but a lot of high school kids will get a car, like a beat up car for their first car because some areas we don't have 100% bus access. And after a while of driving your kid around from birth until high school graduation, you want to be driving them everywhere afterwards.
Yeah, I know that it's a lot more common now because I don't know. When I was graduating, my mom, the furthest thing from her mind was getting me a car.
Same here. But I'm tired now of driving for basketball practices and whatever else.
Right.
And once is now my son did get his license and he has he still has a probationary license, meaning he can drive by himself, but he's got way less driving points than I do, at least for 2 years. I think I have like 15 and he's got 4. So
So we do it the opposite. If you get a point, it's bad.
if you get a point, it's bad.
You don't want driving points.
Oh, we start off with points, and when you lose them, it's
No, you get points on your record.
no. Here we deduct. And when you lose your points, you have, I think it's a year or 2 before you can go back for your license. And it's like $400 or more if you get your license revoked. So to get your license, I think you have to do another little test just to make sure that you're okay with getting your license or that you're able to get your license. And then, yeah, you got to pay big money. It costs more to get your license the second time than it does initially.
Wow.
So same thing with the base. You're going to put your little tabs on the inside. You're not putting your tabs on the outside. The tabs go on the inside. So let's see.
I have my base and my top.
Yep, I'm almost done. I just have the one more little tab.
And they just fit right perfectly like that on top of each other. Isn't that cute?
Yep. So it's hard to do it in the camera, but I'll do it from the inside. Inside. And then here, I'm going to do this. Oop.
If you guys are new to joining the channel on Friday nights, welcome. I'm Genoa with A Crafty Mess. I'm owner of Brie and More Personalized Gifts. And then we have Tara Lee Goody. She is owner of Precious Delights Canada. We do this every Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We just get together and like to craft together and talk and chat. And we welcome everyone to come on and join us, whether you're crafting along, just joining in, or listening to us chuckle and laugh with each other. We're going to do that regardless of you guys being here or not, but we do appreciate having you here.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys like the video so that we can get in that algorithm, you guys. Like the video, share with your crafty friends, leave us a comment, and make sure that you subscribe to both of our channels. I have the template that we're working on right now in the description box for this video. So you can click on that link. It'll take you over to Tara's Etsy store where you can get this link for the project we're working on, which is this cute little graduation gift box. This is one that's finished that I did earlier, and that is what we're working on right now. So far we have the base of the box, and then we're working on the lid of the box.
Yep.
I think that's all the housekeeping stuff, at least for the next few minutes while we work on this.
So right now for the top part, we want to put the actual graduation cap on, which is just going to sit. So I'm just going to put my tape around the edges. You can put your glue all over the top. If you are using a liquid glue, I suggest you don't go too heavy-handed because we all know what happens with cardstock and wet glue. It will cause wrinkles or crinkles. So you just want to put a little bit, because now this is just a decorative part to make it look like a graduation cap.
Okay.
So you don't need like a whole heap of glue. And like I said, I'm just using the double-sided tape. 2 more pieces and I'm done.
I just went in lightly with my art glitter liquid glue. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to just go around inside the top of the cap.
You can use a glue gun too if you're fast enough. Go for it. I'm not, and I don't like those little spider webs afterwards when you're done.
Yeah, and sometimes I find when I'm working with a glue gun that it can be lumpy. Like
Yes.
it's not as flat as I want it to be. So that's also an issue that I have with glue gun.
And it depends also on the paper. Sometimes it discolors, the heat will discolor the paper wherever the glue is. It'll get a bit darker. It all depends on the paper and depends on sometimes even the type of glue you're using. I've had that experience using a glue gun with paper crafts. And when I look, wherever I see the glue, the hot glue,
It's yellow.
No, not yellow. Like say I was using like on a red and I used the hot glue, wherever the glue is, it makes that red more of a burgundy.
Right.
The heat will change the color. So there I put that. And so what you're going to do is you're going to center it on your square as much as you can. I'm going to do it flat. So.
Now, do you have a hole in your cap?
Yep, right there.
Oh, mine didn't come out for some reason.
And actually what I'm going to do too, I'll do the tassel first because you want to stick the tassel. So you have this little long piece and then you have the one with the fringes. I'm going to adhere that first. Sorry, my eye is hurting. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit of glue on this long piece. You're going to put a little bit of glue on the edge of your fringe and you're going to roll it around. like what you did earlier.
Okay, and how long does it matter? Like
It's
how
totally up,
far down?
nope, it's totally up to you how far down you want your tassel to hang over your hat.
Okay.
There's no wrong amount.
So I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I don't bother measuring it. Almost put it on backwards. Yep, I put my tape. Yep. And like I said, you can actually use embroidery floss and make your own tassel. Or if you have those tassels for bookmarks, you can use that as a tassel. Um, I just keep it true to it being a paper craft and just make a paper tassel. Totally up to you.
And I can't believe when I look at my laptop,
Mm-hmm.
the desk looks so bright.
Yeah.
But me sitting here, it's really dark.
No, it looks
It's
clear. It's
dark.
bright. When you're going to put on that other light, it turned everything yellow.
Oh,
So it gave it a yellow tint. So I'm
okay.
just wrapping it around.
It looks
It's
like a
going to look
little
like a broom.
broom. Yeah,
It'll,
that's what I just said, like a little broom.
so there you go. So you would play around with your tassels, just fringe them out a little bit. You can do that afterwards after you put it onto the hat. But then what you're going to do now is you're going to stick that in the little hole. And you can have it hang down this long. Or if you don't want to put it in the hole, you can just put it on top of the hole like that. Because you do have, oh, did I lose my circle?
Yeah, I don't think I made my little string long enough, but that's okay.
Oh no. There's oh there it is. So there's a circle. So if you don't want to put your tassel through the hole, you want it to hang down a bit more, you can just adhere it to the hole and then put your little circle to hide it. So if you need
Okay.
your tassel to be longer, just don't stick it in the hole and it'll hang down longer. You just bend it down. So but you gauge that according to like how long you want it to hang down off of your cap. So I like to put mine in there. So I'm gonna do that. Put it in the little hole. So they're not too far, and I'm just gonna.
I definitely could have made mine a little bit longer, but I made this one, I think, too long because
It's hanging
well,
down.
maybe not. It's kind of like I think it's hanging down a little bit too much. So just have two different takes on it.
Yep. So I'm gonna put some tape on that.
And then I don't know if you went over what we do with this piece.
Oh yeah, you have an extra piece that you can put tape on it or glue, and you're gonna stick it. It's to hide the messiness inside the cup, inside the base. So you would put your tape or your glue, and you're gonna throw it in there. You see how clean it looks. If you don't, come out. If you don't, it just looks like that, which is also perfectly fine. It doesn't make a difference. And you can
But
actually make,
it's gonna
you can make,
also add some stability.
yeah, you can actually cut two of them if you want and put one in the lid as well because they're the exact same size. So if you want to make the lid look cleaner too, you can put it in the lid. So you can cut out two pieces. It's just for aesthetics. It's totally up to you.
So I'm just using my bone folder to apply a little bit of pressure because I'm using the liquid glue.
Hmm.
But that is the finished box. Put my lid on.
I'm just getting my little circle on there.
So the one that I did this morning before we came on the live, that's this one. And I chose to use the gold foil to make my tassel. And then for this demo that we just did now, I use silver.
Oh, the silver is nice too.
Yeah. So I think these are so cute. You did an excellent job on this template.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you guys go and get the template from her Etsy shop.
So I'm going to stick this on top of there in the center as much as I can.
Yeah, so these would be super cute. You could put like some little foily, not foily, but like that crinkle paper in there, throw a couple candies in there, a keychain, some earrings, some cash.
All of the good stuff.
Yeah. Who doesn't love cash? If you made it bigger, you could put a gift card, but we're going to be working on a card that actually you can use as a gift card holder.
Yep.
So super, super cute. Thank you, Tara.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Easter Bunny. Okay. All right. Super, 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 super cute. And I have graduates. My youngest daughter graduated from 8th grade and is getting ready to go into high school. And then my niece graduated from kindergarten. So I'm going to put some little treats in these and give one of them to each. And I'm sure they will be excited and will just love it. So you can see the difference of what I'm talking about, how with the silver one, which is on the right, how I made it a lot shorter. So look how it hangs like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gold. It hangs a lot further down than the box. So when you set it down, it's making it bend.
Yeah.
So I think I like it like this, where the tassel just the tassel part is just hanging off. I could have made it just a little bit longer though.
I didn't tuck mine in further enough too, but the trick is that you can actually trim down the tassel.
Duh.
You just,
Duh.
that's what I
Of
just
course.
did.
Why wouldn't I? Because you're smart. Bam. Let me just cut.
Yeah.
That.
Just trim down the tassel and then you have.
See, what would I do if I didn't have you?
That's why we have each other.
Don't ever leave me, because what I would do. Now look, it's fixed.
There you go. So the goal is to try to get the tassel to be slightly shorter than the base. So that way when you sit it down, or even equal length of the base, so when you sit it down, it rests together.
So
So I
bam,
just
boom,
trim
boom.
mine down.
That's so cute. All right. If you're here with us tonight, go ahead and say hello. You want to work on the candy next?
Yes, please. I didn't cut out the other thing, so yeah, we can do the candy one.
Okay, because I'm ready to pop that one open.
Here we are.
We are going to be working on a wrapper for a chocolate bar.
So here's the said chocolate bar that actually lasted.
We don't know how much longer it would last. That's why we're doing this one right now.
As soon as the live is done, it's getting swallowed.
Okay, so I have one that I put together. This time I didn't use black.
Oh,
But I
like
did go ahead and use the foil again. I really, really like the foil on the graduation stuff. I think it makes it just look really cute.
it really. I'm gonna have to get myself some foil cardstock. Whenever I use anything foil, it's always foil vinyl.
And
sticky vinyl, and I just use that because I have so much of it, and I just stick the vinyl on.
yeah, this foil cardstock is super cheap, and look how shiny it is. You can see my whole camera setup.
Yeah. And it's cardstock, cardstock? It just happens to be foiled? Like I can get
Yeah,
by the
let me
sheet
show you.
like
And I
it?
did it for Michael's.
Yeah.
It's the Recollections brand. It's 65 pounds, and it comes in gold, silver, rose gold. Let me turn
Oh,
it here.
so each set has
Um,
all the different colors?
yeah, and they have one that's like a sample pack where it'll have like, a bunch of different materials. So it's not really cardstock. Well, it is, but they say it's 65 pounds. So yeah, but it's gold foil. And then I have the silver.
So each pack is just like that's just gold. It's not like you know how you can get the recollection cards, like say I want red, it's gonna come with 5 hues of red.
Yeah, no, it'll have like they have a pack where there's like gold, silver, and maybe like a bluish or a pinkish color, like maybe a couple sheets of each. But I buy, since gold and silver is what I use the most. Look how shiny that is. It's like mirror.
I know.
You can actually see me.
That's good if you're doing a craft that needs like a mock mirror kind of accent to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go to Michael's and get some of that.
And I, like always, never buy it when it's full price. I wait until it either goes on sale. They'll do a lot where you'll buy one, get one half off.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they'll just make these paper packs because it's only 25 in each pack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'll make them like $5.
Or they say buy two, get one free.
Right. Something like that. So, but they're
Yeah.
not expensive full price. It's probably, I think, like $6. It's not that expensive. I think it's a great value for the type of cardstock, and it looks really, really good. So,
It really does. I love
this
love
is the candy wrapper.
Oh, even your Hershey's is different.
Is it?
Yeah. Like your Hershey's for your image, you have the 2 chocolate bars, but then again, mine is bilingual. Your chocolate bars
Yeah.
are
Yeah, you got that foreign.
foreign. How many grams is yours? Mine is 45. What's the difference with yours?
It is 43 grams.
43 grams. Okay, ours usually go in increments of 5. So mine is 45. We don't, very rare when I see a chocolate bar that's off. Like it's either going to be like 50, 55, 60, 65.
Yeah, and you said yours is like 80 something cents because I went and grabbed this up the street at the Dollar Tree. I paid $1.25.
No, at the Dollarama, there's 86 cents or 87 cents.
But you guys can see how easy the candy bar just slides in and out. There, yeah.
Cool.
Really cute.
All right.
So we'll be coming out with a template for a candy bar wrapper that will be a lot more simple than this one. So keep that in mind and keep an eye out for that. All right, so let me move this stuff out of the way. Let me get my little box here because I have the pieces that were pre-cut for that too. I was going to do the exact same color since I was cutting. I just cut all the stuff at the same time from the same cardstock. So it's going to be 2. That'll be just like this. Okay. And you have yours pre-cut out for this one too, or did you?
No, pre-cut.
Oh, okay.
Pre-cut. Yeah, we'll have the template out probably by tomorrow. Just we have to do some tweaking to figure out.
Yeah, we wanted to simplify our template and It'll be just as fire, but it just won't be so busy. So what I'm doing is I'm just doing my score lines. I keep having to take my paper away because it's so dark on my desk. I don't know why it looks so bright and light on camera, but it is dark in here. I can't
It looks
see.
like it's mid-afternoon where you are.
No, I cannot see. I have to turn the light on. I know that's not going to be necessarily the best for everybody, but let's turn it on. Kind of move it out the way.
If by chance you hear heavy barking, it's because my dogs are gonna go crazy. I don't know if it's gunshots or fireworks, but something's popping off in town.
All right, now I can see. I was blind, but now I can see. And I know that made it look a little bit more yellow on your guys' end, and I apologize if that bothers you, but not really, because I can
Sorry,
see.
not sorry.
Yeah, because I can see now. I couldn't see. I was in the dark. That's why I kept taking the paper away because I was having to take it and turn it towards the window so that the sun could show me what I was doing.
Well, for now, I can see on my phone that you have your lamp on, but so far on the laptop, you're still showing us the chocolate bar taking it in and out of the first one that you made. So there's a major lag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're still talking about the burgundy and the gold, and now you're going to start showing us the pieces of the second one. That's very weird.
That is very weird. So when you did this template, do you find that it was easier for you to adhere your pieces once before it was glued together, like in the box?
I'm actually making the box now.
Okay, so you did the box and then you just put the stuff on top?
Yeah, because it's very
Because
simple.
that's what I ended up doing. But I was just asking if it how you did yours.
I'd rather make the box first, and then that way everything is folded so I can align everything to the ends as much as I need to, rather than putting it together and then when I'm folding it, something's hanging off the side or something's
Right.
too close in the middle. My poor doggy. You okay? The noise is gone. The bad people's gone.
So it's so easy. It's just like, it wraps around. It's not a complex box that has like flaps or a closure. It's open on both ends. So your candy just slides in and out of the
Yep.
box. So, all right. So once you glue, it's only one flap to glue after you do your score lines. You should have something that looks like this.
Yep.
And then on the side that is solid,
Oh, I
you're
just had
going you're going to add this piece here. And that's just going to follow right along the base and use that as a guide on where to place it. It should match up evenly with the base. Turn it over, make sure it's all aligned, and then place those strips down. Hi, Delay. Okay, so this is where you should be now. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your diamond shape and you're going to apply it to the hat base that looks like this.
Danae says that's because we use ounces, and they also put the grams on there just because. So your bar has ounces on it?
Yeah.
Oh no, which are the grams?
They put the grams in like parentheses.
No, we only have ounces. I don't know what we use. We don't use ounces really. Everything's measured in grams. They will do like a
Yeah.
fluid ounce. So it'll be like FLOZ, fluid ounce for liquids. We don't use ounce really for dry
We use
stuff.
ounces for liquids as well. I just messed up the placement of that pretty bad. So I'm just gonna take it off and do it over again.
So that's the pro of using the liquid glue.
Yeah. That was way off. Way off. All right, that's a little bit better. And so then what will happen is you end up having this show out just really small little area from underneath the cap. And then once you do that, you'll apply glue all over to the back of this, and then you'll put that right on top. All righty. So you're going to put that right on top using that as a guide. Make sure it's perfect at the top, and then what'll end up happening is it's going to then peekaboo some of that other gold underneath the white, if you guys can see that. I can't really judge by what I'm looking at as to what
Yeah.
you guys see on your
Well, the gold part on yours is the stole. So when you see that peekaboo underneath the top, it's basically, you know, when you have this the scarf or the stole hanging
Right.
over your shoulders. So it gives
Right.
the illusion of that.
And then this white that I have showing right above that is the collar of the shirt.
Yeah.
All right, then. And then the next thing is you take this piece here, which is your tassel piece, and then you're going to glue that. I'm not going to apply glue to the whole thing, just to that part that's going to actually stick. And I'll try and get it as centered as I can.
And since the boxes open up on both ends, one way to avoid your Hershey bars just sliding through, just put a little bit of double-sided tape, slide it in, and then press the back. So that way it doesn't slide out on its own, but it still won't be too hard to get out afterwards. Did I do that right?
Right. And then the last little piece after that tassel is this little oval looking piece that you're going to put right on the top. That's your button for your cap. And use your tassel as a guide on how and where to place that. And that is it and all for this one. See how easy that was? That wasn't hard at all. And just imagine, ours is going to be even easier. So. There you have it. This one is empty, and then this one has the candy bar that I'm getting ready to eat. Just being honest.
Like I told you from our little chat earlier, I bought so many bars to do crafts with, and they never made it even to the print and cut part or to the cutting part. They just got yammed. They got yammed. I even told you, like, I did one and I put cardstock in there, filled the wrapper back up with cardstock, and then tricked myself 3 days later thinking, oh, I found a chocolate bar. It wasn't a chocolate bar. It was just the wrapper.
Well, you saw the picture that I showed you today. The one had a chocolate bar in it and the other one did.
We
I
are
tried
so bad.
to play it off by putting that one on the bottom.
You know
It's like,
what? Next time with the wrapper, just cut off the silver ends and tape them inside.
right, exactly. So if I were to do these for like a party or what have you, if they had issue with the silver, then you could extend it, I suppose, and make it a little bit longer. But you could also, they sell like gold foil,
That you can just wrap around the bottom.
like aluminum foil, but it's gold color. Yeah, and you just wrap it around the bottom.
But
If
then
there's
again,
an issue.
if they're choosing regular Hershey bars, they know what the Hershey bar looks like. So
Right,
therefore, they should expect
right.
there to be silver.
And it doesn't look bad like that at all.
Nope.
Okay. So that is that one.
I'm just finishing up mine.
Yeah, I want to see with your colors.
Yeah, it's just navy blue, white, and yellow. Just want to make sure that sticks properly. Get that close to the edge as I can. Oops.
So that was the first one. And here's the second one.
Oh, I
And
didn't.
so this child gives me the go. We're going to open the second one. And we're going to inhale the second one.
There we go.
Oh, how cute. Well, let me turn around and look at it it's even better when I look at it on my laptop.
Well, I have to put my little tassel on, but I think, oh, there we go. My little doggy was laying on it for half a second. I'm gonna put my tassel on. You have yours. Is yours reversed? So your tassel's on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, mine's on left.
Is that where it's supposed to be? I don't even know anymore graduation caps look like. Been so many years. Double-sided tape. Double-sided tape. Stick that in the middle. And this time I did not lose the dot. That's why I have to always keep a small container with me to put all those little loose pieces. Get this tape off my finger. I spoke too soon. Oh, never mind. There we go. So, paper. And we're done. C'est fini, madame.
I like your colors really good. And I just have to remember to turn around and to look at it on the laptop and not my phone because it does look very different. On the computer screen, it looks really, really bright.
There you go.
Perfect.
I didn't glue down yet my stole. I think I'm going to leave my stole hanging.
So it looks like it's blowing in the wind.
Like on a real graduation gown, it moves.
Right, exactly. I didn't think about that.
And the same thing with my tassel part. I didn't stick that down. I just stuck down the dot part. So that way you have a bit of movement and the stole moves. So just like a real graduation thing. There you go. So you can do it either way. You can glue down everything, or you could just leave it hanging. But with the silver and gold, I would tape it down. Because if you get the slightest crease in that, then it's not going to look as nice. Whereas with
Right.
cardstock,
Right.
the dog is laying on my mouse. So, but everybody can do it their own way. And there you go. And now let me get the chocolate bar in there because baby girl ain't going to stay in there for very long.
Oh, I already opened mine. Was I supposed to wait?
No, you can.
I was like, hurry up. I think I'm gonna have to put this in the refrigerator. It's a little soft for my liking. All
And
right.
pull it from the top a little bit. So there you go. I had a slight panic because it didn't want to go in there. I'm like, our chocolate bars a bit wider than yours? But no, it fit.
Mm.
So yeah, there you go.
All right.
And
So
then you did a third one? Okay, so I'll watch the third.
so the third one, really easy, and I just want to show this really quick. I have to look at my notes so that I remember because it was from a video that you sent to me. So but I want to show how to do this graduation card here. And this is a money or gift card. And then when you pull the cap up, this portion slides up, which would reveal the money or gift card and whatever message.
And I love that one.
Yeah, this one was so cute.
Yeah.
So cute. So yeah, this one was done by hand. That's the only difference between this and the two that we just did, because we cut those on our Cricut. But I'm just going to show you. This one was so easy that I actually didn't even use my cutting board. My cutting. Yeah, cutting board, right? What is it?
You use the cutting board, you didn't use the Cricut.
No, I didn't. I used this handy dandy metal ruler that I got from the Dollar Tree. I used my bone folder and I used scissors.
See, there you go. Even better. We try to include crafts that even if you don't have a Cricut machine or even a Big Shot or whatever, you can still craft along with us because, like she said, it's a ruler, bone folder, which you can actually use the back of a scissors to do your scoring line. You don't want to use anything that has a sharp edge because it will leave a mark on your cardstock. So something more with a rounded edge to make your score lines. And I will just use like the back of my scissors, the rounded part here.
You can use a back of a really thin paintbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's lots of options. So let me just get a sheet of paper and try to decide what color. It doesn't really matter because I know there's a reason because I don't know why I stopped, but there is a reason. I'm having a problem multitasking right now. What I was going to say is that it doesn't really matter what color paper because you can decorate your paper any way or any color you want. That's what I was going to say. So I'm going to choose just a regular sheet of white. And this is an 8.5 by 11, so you don't even need a 12-inch sheet of cardstock. And then I'm going to pick a different color for the cat. And seeing as how Tara's blue card looks so cute, I'll use this scrap piece of cardstock that I have because I don't throw it away. All right, so the first thing is this card is only 3 pieces.
Cool.
Okay. So The three pieces are one, which is the cap. It's just a square. Two, which is the pull that moves up and down when you open and close the card. And then three, the base of the card. That's it. And then whatever you're going to use for your tassel. So you could use the tassel from Tara's template to make a matching card to go with your gift box. All right, so I'm just going to set that there. So this is what I have. I have Dollar Tree metal ruler. I have Dollar Tree X-Acto knife. And then I have my bone folder.
Yeah, Shatrice.
But if I didn't,
Sorry,
sorry.
Shatrice was like, I said, because Shatrice came in late. She's like, I'm so late. I didn't get notifications. I said, no worry, we're on our third project. And she said third. So we did the gift box first.
Mm-hmm.
Then we did the Hershey bar holder. So the Hershey bar is in there. And now Genoa's doing the card. So you can have a 3-pack. You can have the party favor box along with the chocolate bar holder, and then you have the gift card that can actually, you can put money in it or a gift card. It's a pop-up one.
Right.
So you're getting a 3-for-1 tonight.
Right. The template for this box here is in the description for this live video, Trees. And then this can be found on Tara's Etsy shop. So she actually made this template that we put together. So this is my version of her box. And then the template for the Hershey bar candy wrapper, we're going to have that out within the next couple of days. And this card that I'm doing now was inspired by a video that Tara sent me this morning. So we can do a template for this one, but it's really easy. I actually did it by hand. I was just saying that I did not use my Cricut machine or any special tools. So this is what I have. I have cardstock in 2 different colors. I have a X-Acto knife, a metal ruler, something to score. So that's what I was saying. So I'm going to be using a bone folder, but you can use one of these embossing, scoring type tools. They sell them at the Dollar Tree in the craft section. Or if you have a mechanical pencil, just push the lead all the way up and you can actually use the mechanical pencil too. Just don't do it with the lead out. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and make the base of the card. The base is going to be 11 inches. So our paper is already 8.5 by 11, so we don't need to cut on that side, by 4.5 inches. So I just used my cutting grids here and ruler to mark out 4.5. But this L-shaped ruler is so good because you can actually use this too. It has from 1 to 8 inches on this side and from 1 to 12 inches on this side. So it's completely up to you. So what I said 4.5, right?
Yep.
So I'll make sure it's straight. That's the only thing about not using my cutting board or the embossing tools. You just have to make sure that it's straight, but it can be done. So not having those is not a reason for you not to be able to do these projects. And like Tara said, you can have a 3-4-1. Like, how awesome is that, right? And I cut that the wrong damn way. That's all right.
You cut on the wrong side?
Yeah, I'm supposed to cut on the opposite side. That's all right.
Yeah, we do that quite often.
Yep. No problem. No problem. Because guess what?
Get more paper.
It's going to get used anyway. So this is how we need to cut it. So you keep the 11-inch side. And we cut at 4.5 on this side. Dodo.
And that's for the mechanism?
This is for the base of the card. Okay, so you can go ahead and you can score this piece, but I want to get the pieces cut first and then we'll move on to scoring. So after you get this is the base of the card. The second piece that you're going to need is going to be the mechanism that slides up and down. And that one needs to be 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So we're going to do 4 3/4 on the long side, Genoa, on the long side. And I'm going to make sure it lines up.
If you hear snoring, it's not me, it's the dog.
Yeah, right.
It's the old dog. I don't want people thinking that I'm passing gas. It's the old dog, the 13-year-old snoring.
So 4 3/4 on that side. Then you're going to turn it and you're going to cut this side at 3 1/4. So that's this mark here. And I'm trying to get straight lines, but it may not because that metal ruler moves around quite a bit. Okay, so that's our second piece. And again, we only need 3 pieces. The third piece I'm going to do out of the blue cardstock because that's going to be for my actual cap. I'm going to use this scrap piece, and this one needs to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I'm going to see if I can take it out of this section right here. Barely made it, but I did. I did. That's all that matters. I'm just going to take off a bigger piece so it'll be easier for me to work with. And I can see where it's not exactly 100% straight. But when you guys do yours, you're not going to do that. So. My family is leaving. I wonder where they're going. Hopefully it's to attain provisions. Because I is hungry.
I'm not gonna lie. I was sleeping and my son tapped me on my shoulder and said, "Mom, you know it's like it's 9:32. We had ordered food. I totally forgot we ordered food, so he brought me my food. I was eating half awake. I'm like, oh snap! I got to get up and get ready. So I'll finish my supper after.
I didn't want to suffer like I did last night with all that motion and stuff. So here's our 3 pieces. So we have our base. Again, the measurements for this is it's 4 1/2 on the short side and it's 11 on the long side. You have the second piece, which is for your mechanism, and that is measuring at 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then you have the piece for the cap, which is just a square, so it's 4 1/4 all on all sides. All right. So now for the scoring. And I insisted on doing the scoring with my ruler as well. So for
Gotta show everything.
I know, because I just want to encourage people to try because this is how I started off. So I didn't have a machine. I didn't have a scoreboard. I didn't have any of that, but I still was willing to try with what I had, and it worked for a while. So, until I felt like I wanted to step it up a bit and make it just a little bit more convenient. Okay, so for the base, we're going to score on the 11-inch side. So you want to make sure the 11-inch side is going across like that. And you're going to score at 2 places. You're going to score at 7 inches and you're going to score at 1 1/2. So first thing is I'm going to mark at 7 inches and I'm going to use the stylus. Okay, and I'm just going to do that. And then 1.5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold those in. So it'll be like this. You have the top just like that. Okay, and put that over to the side. This one, you only have one score that you're going to do it, and you're going to do it on the 4 3/4 side. So you want to make sure that the long side is going this way, horizontal. And then we're going to score at 1/2 inch on this one, and that is the only score line for this one, is 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold that score line. Okay, and then for the cap, you don't need to score it, but you do want to find the center because we're going to put in a brad. If you don't have brads, then just use a circle piece of paper. If you don't have a tassel, like for this demo that I made, this is one of those bookmark tassels. If you don't have that, then use the tassel that we use from Tara's template. So for me to find center, the easy way to do this without trying to measure is to diagonal my ruler. And I can either use my stylus or you can use a pencil because they're not going to see this one. And then turn the paper and diagonal it from the other end, and where it crosses, that's your center. All right, so where your pencil marks cross, that's going to be your center. There's a few different things that you can use to make a hole in your paper.
I use my weeding tool.
Yeah. Weeding tool. I just wanted to show you guys that Dollar Tree does sell paper piercing tools, and then this end is an actual scoring tool.
Cool. We don't
So
have.
they also sell those self-healing cutting mats, so you can always use this paper piercing tool on your self-healing mat, so it won't damage your work surface. So I'm just going to use that to make a hole. And then I'm going to grab my little container and I'm going to get a brad. It doesn't matter what kind of brad you use. But I find this square is kind of big, so I chose one of the larger brads. I'm going to turn it over so that the side with the pencil marks is on the bottom. And we won't see that. And then go ahead and put your brad in. And then at this time, you can also add your tassel. So either a paper tassel or I've got this box of bookmark tassels online from Amazon for pretty cheap. So I'm going to try and find a gold one only because I used the gold brad. But I could also, I guess, do a blue, huh?
Yeah, you can do blue. You can do white. If you have a beige one.
I'm just going to do this one just for purpose. Now, it's a little long, but it's up to you. The first one I did, I actually cut it. So it wasn't as long, but this one I'm going to leave because I think I might just take it apart afterwards and use it for something else. I'm just going to set the top of that over to the side. So now you have this piece here that has the 1/2 inch score mark, right? So with the side that is fold it away from you. What you're going to do is you're going to take the base of your card and open it up. And you're going to find about center on that top flap of the card and glue this part down. Or use your double-sided tape if that's what you prefer. Let's put some glue. Just gonna eyeball it. It doesn't have to be perfect. But I'm just eyeball it. Okay. And so now that's going to be the part that comes up and down when you open the card. Do you see that? Okay, so now would be the perfect time if you're going to do any inking, put any sentiments, do any writing on this piece so that it has like a pop-up message when it comes up, then this would be the time to do it. You can also, at this point, use a glue dot and put your money and or gift card and attach it to this flap here. And then once you've done that, you're going to take your adhesive, either your double-sided tape or your glue, and just run it up and down the sides of the cards closest to the end of the paper. You don't need glue anywhere else. And you're just going to close it. Close it. And then make sure. I'm just making sure that it's lined up since I was measuring and cutting everything by hand. So this is where we are right now. This is your mechanism. You open the card. That little flap comes up. It's hidden when it's closed. But when they open the card, your money or your gift card is going to be attached to this and it's going to like pop up at them. You can put decorations here. Last thing to do would be to take your cap and I would turn it over and place it in the middle of those points, but making sure it's covering that flap, if that makes sense.
And this whole base and mechanism is perfect for making any other types of cards because you can put whatever embellishment. Instead of using the graduation cap, you can put a sunflower. You can put a baby's foot for a baby announcement. You can do whatever you want with the basis of this card.
Right. So this is just your your template. This is the start. So we're doing a grad cap on it, but like Tara said, it doesn't have to be a grad cap. I want to make sure mine is aligned well. It's not perfect, but it's aligned well. So I'm just kind of turning the ends of the paper and then gluing down those edges. I know that's the hard way to do it. I could have just put the glue on the back of the cap, but
no, the way you did it was more precise. It makes more sense the way you just did it than to do it the other way. Because you wouldn't know exactly where to put all the glue on the back of the cap. This way.
And I don't want it to get all messy.
Yeah, this way was perfect.
Now, what would be really cute is to decorate the cap with the same way as how we do the decorated grad caps for the graduates. So that was one of my funnest orders. I was so nervous about what was I going to do. Was I going to make the flowers, buy the flowers, how I was going to decorate it, but it came out so good. And she really, really liked it. So you could even do that. Put a message or a picture, some rhinestones, some flowers or something on the cap to make it look like a graduated, not a graduated, a decorated graduation cap. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. So those are the two. You see how easy that was. It's just 3 pieces of paper. And two of the pieces of paper you could get from 1 8.5 by 11 if you want to do this and the inside part the same color. See how I didn't put that on very tight. That's why on this one I cut it to make it a little bit shorter so it's not as long. You can see that. And then I glued it to the card and then just put the Brad on top of it. But you can decorate them. That's very simple. So you have 3 different cards that we were able to do this evening. I think that's excellent.
Yep. It made up for the weeks that we didn't do any paper crafting.
Exactly, because it was about time for us to get back into the paper craft, definitely. So I've had my nose burnt up by the wood. I've had my eyes burnt up by the resin. I was ready to go back to just regular glue.
Yep.
Glue and scissors. So now I'm trying to find what I did with the top to my glue so that it doesn't dry out, because who likes that? I'll have to figure it out. Even worse, so that I don't step on it.
Oh, yes.
How about that part? It's around here somewhere. All righty, Heidi Hoes. I think this was a very productive live.
Yep. And we got 3 projects done in an hour and a half.
3 really simple and cute projects.
Yep.
So we just start you off. We give you the basics, show you how you can do it with or without the fancy equipment. And then from there, you just have to use your imagination and take it a step further. I'm going to go crazy until I find this pin for this glue.
Did it roll onto the floor?
I have no idea. I could have very well hidden it from myself, like told myself, don't lose it, put it right here, and then I lost it. But hey, that's why we call it a crafty mess over here, right?
You'll find it.
I'll find it. So next week, let me go ahead and switch out my camera for a sec.
So for those of you who are watching the replay, we did 3 projects today. One of the templates is in the description. The second project that we did for the Hershey bar, we're going to come up with a easier or more user-friendly template. And the third one, Genoa did, she gave you the measurements, so you can just watch the replay, pause, rewind. But when you make your projects, tag us. Let us know that you've done your stuff. Also, we are very open to any suggestions in regards to crafting. So what do you want to do for next week? Noah? Can't hear you.
Might help if I turn my mic on.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We can do our explosion box that we've been trying to get done. That's an option.
That works. Okay.
We're going to be having some templates pumping out. So, maybe whatever couple templates we can get done first, then that's what we'll do for next week.
That works.
Yeah. Put out there and make sure that you guys have the template handy. Yeah. So either that or the explosion box.
Either way, it'll still be a paper craft, but we will give you guys enough notice and the supply list because we have a bunch of ideas that we want to get out there, and we are predominantly paper crafters, so it's going to be paper crafting. So I would like to start doing some like cake toppers, also like different things, so that we can use up. It's nice that we're trying different crafts too, which we can rotate, but we need to use what we have.
Right.
So.
Right. And that has been like an area that, we've talked about quite a bit, using what we have and not having to run out and buy new stuff. That kind of defeats the purpose to do the live, that we have to run out and buy these things. Although I wanted the chocolate bar, so I wasn't too upset about that one. But both of us have tons of craft supplies and tons of ideas. So we should be able to get through the next several months doing these lives without having to go out and buy all new supplies. Let's use what we have lying around here. And if we have them lying around, you guys probably have them lying around too. So there's that. And just because we say paper crafting, I think that you guys understand that paper crafting is so broad, right? And what we do can translate into making jewelry, making keychains, clothing. So it doesn't
Shadow boxes,
shadow boxes.
paper
So there's
quilling.
so much that comes with the paper crafting, paper, flowers.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people think just like just die cuts, cards, but it's not all that. One of the things that have been going viral lately are a lot of things surrounding like memorial items, whether it be button making, for example. That's a paper craft. You may not think that it is, but it is. We did that last week. That is a paper craft. The button making tool is a tool. But the actual genre that particular craft will fall under would be paper.
Yep. Because you're printing
So,
on paper, cutting it out, and making it into a badge.
right, exactly. Hand fans, the graduation hand fans, I've been getting a lot of orders for those. That is a paper craft. Chip bags, candy wrappers, party favors, decorations, table center pieces, cake toppers. Those are paper crafts. The nameplate jewelry, the bamboo earrings with the names on them. They can be done with a glow forge, but originally they started off as paper crafts because these lasers have only within recent years become accessible to everyone and a popular thing to have in your home. So yeah, all of these started off as paper crafts. Anything that have to do with photos, once the photo is printed out, it's a paper craft now. It's only digital or graphic while it's on the computer. Once you have to get it from the computer file and actually print it out on something, it then becomes a paper craft. Grave blankets, funeral programs, like I said, jewelry, party decor, it's all stemming from paper crafts. So, we have focused in the past on like cards and interactive things that you can do with paper, but it is a lot bigger.
Way
than
bigger.
So I know I went out on a rant, but yeah.
Paper crafting is one of the most versatile and creative crafts that you can do, because you can take something such as a piece of paper, you can make beads from paper and actually make jewelry.
Right.
Because you're not only just using the paper, you can add resin to it.
Right.
Paper quilling. I love doing paper quilling. We can do a monogrammed portrait.
And even back in the day, I don't know how everyone else's childhood experiences were, but back in the day we made paper mache, and paper mache we would make bowls and pottery looking things that looked like clay, but it was all made from balloons and paper. So it's very, very broad. It's very big, the genre of paper crafting. And I know I was one of those people too, because originally when, I was like, I like paper, I like working with paper, but I'm not a scrapbooker. I just automatically, correlated it with scrapbooking because that's what, I saw. And so, yeah, it's so versatile. It's so easy. And, now you can do combinations, of course, of paper and resin or paper and, this or that or what have you, but in and of itself, you can do so much with paper. So just that little tidbit
Danae says that she's made all kinds of stuff out of paper. Yeah, like the gift bags. The purse gift bags is paper.
Right.
I've made like a paper toolbox for a Father's Day gift.
Right.
That's like that's what you would put your dad's gift in that paper toolbox that I've
Right.
made. There's just so many things. It's basically an endless medium because you can do paper on canvas and do a mixed media thing on the canvas.
Right.
Like
And
there's just so
and
many
one
things
thing
you
that
can
I
do.
really love, and I want to, I like venturing off into it, but I like making miniatures with paper. So miniature furniture, miniature, picture for like anything that's small and tiny and what have you. I like doing that. So like one of the projects that when I did the little miniature record albums with the milk crate and all of that, I had so much fun. I sat here and played with them, taking the records in and out of the covers and doing all kind of stuff. So yeah, it's really all encompassing. So, but we do more than the paper crafts, as you guys know. If you've watched previous videos, we work with resin. We've done paint pouring. We've done wood burning. We've done sublimation on wood, sublimation on glass,
Etching. We did etching.
etching,
The shoes.
shoes. Yeah, so we've done quite a bit of different things.
Yep.
Awesome. And button making. There we go. That was
Yes.
last week. Button
That was
making. All right. So whatever we do for next week, we're going to use stuff that we already have. So either our explosion box or something else, but we'll get it figured out. If we can get a template out prior to next Friday, then we'll probably work on that. Or maybe give it another week just to get everybody a chance to get the template.
So you mean skip a week?
No, not skip a week, meaning that if we get a template done before next Friday, depending
Yes.
on what day we get it done, we may want to wait until the Friday after to do the live for the template to get everybody a chance to actually get it and get it downloaded, maybe play with it a bit or what have you. So
Perfect.
all right. Well, we had a very productive night. I want to thank everybody for joining us. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. We're getting a lot of views, but the likes aren't matching the number of views. So that means people are coming in, you're liking the video, you're staying, you're watching the content, but you're just not hitting the like button. So if you could do me a favor before you go, hit the like button. Make sure you share them with your crafty friends. If you didn't catch from the beginning, watch the playback. Every view helps the channel, and it does go back into the channel. Hit the link in the description box to go to Tara's Etsy and get the template for the graduation cap box that we did tonight. And to make sure that you're following her channel as well. We're trying to get her to 1,000 subscribers. And I think that's all the basic housework stuff before we go. We'll see you here next Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You want to have anything you want to add out before we say peace out to the good peeps?
Well, it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like we usually say, if there's another day or another time that's more convenient for y'all, please just hit us up in the comments. We are very flexible. This is not engraved in stone.
Right.
We will move around the day and time, maybe even do more than one live. We are here to craft with you guys, so you do get a chance to give us some input as to what works better for you. For me, Eastern Standard Time, it's 10 p.m., but if you want us to do it a bit earlier, we can work something out. It's not a problem.
She fast. She be up late at night.
No, it's because I nap. What I try to do, because what happens, usually we get together earlier on the Friday, then I nap in between, and then I get up and I come on live. Or else I would be. So with my nap, I'm wide open. I'm not zombied out. I can look like somebody's mother. I don't look like I'm the dead person walking. And so,
yeah,
like I
my nap today. And the sunshine wasn't helping with the translucentness of it all. So hopefully I'll get a little bit better sleep than I did last night. But again, thank you everybody for being here. And we will see you guys next week.
Yep.
Until then, bye-bye.